Good morning, Alistair.
Good morning, Richard.
At our last meeting of Mahoi, you brought this article, and I'd like you please to introduce it. It was very timely, it seems. If you'd say something perhaps about the author, and
Yes,
then introduce us to the article itself and give us a foretaste of the reading, that would
right.
be great. Thank you.
It, the the five possible paths for 21st century churches
Mm,
is the name of the author, by Martin Thielen. Now, Martin is a retired United Methodist pastor in the States.
hmm
But he actually started in the Southern Conference Baptist Conference, and slowly worked his way from a position of absolute certainty about faith and all that to a
hmm
point where he needed to leave the Southern Baptist Conference, and then found himself in the United Methodist Church
mm,
and served there. And since his retirement, he has picked up what he calls, there was a special place in his heart always for doubters. And
mm.
he's got a website called the Doubters Parish, which he runs all sorts of articles and has guests, and that's kind of becoming an online parish, to
Mm.
um,
The Doubters Parish.
yes,
Yeah.
this parish, and so you just need to put that in. So
Mm.
this piece came up on one of, I think it's a Substack feed, um, which I'm in. And what he does is, he's looking at, he says it's no secret that organized religion is in trouble. And I can remember um, someone, when I was at Knox, um, from the States, looking around the New Zealand church and said, "You people are 25 years ahead of the States in
Mm.
terms of the Reconstruction." It was a sociologist of religion,
hmm
um, and now here's Thielen writing about the same sorts of dynamics that we see in the New Zealand churches, of failing memberships with these little conservative strongholds around the
hmm
country. And so he offers five possible ways of approaching this. The first is, which is the one that a lot of them, that most churches would wish to do, is to
hmm
maintain the status quo. Say, it'll be all right on the night. Uh, Second is, and this is where it gets more American. There's a clear shift to the what he says, a shift to the right, so that the churches get more entrenched in their orthodoxy, particularly conservative orthodoxy. But along with that is also a move to being politically right wing. Uh,
Mm.
and so that's the first two. The third one is the opposite, shifting left. and
Right.
and this is only a few a small number of churches where this is happening in the States, and they're not necessarily large congregations, but they are taking up
hmm
things of social justice, and yeah, you could say it's the vestiges of liberal Protestantism.
Mm.
So the social gospel and all, mixed in with liberation theology, feminist theology, and a few other things. So that uh, yeah, how you can do that. It's about finding the niche that you need to be in.
Mm.
I can remember from my time spent in Cleveland on study leave. The big Palmer Presbyterian Church, which had 1,500 members, which was a relatively small church
Mm.
for them, um, and they had partnered with a church in the poorer suburbs of Cleveland.
Mm.
So that because if you're in middle class America, the poverty is not to be seen, but they all felt this need to do so. So yeah, it would be those little niche churches and others.
Mm.
The fourth idea is becoming an unchurch.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find a sentence. Um, yeah, this he's got um, a home-based progressive retired clergy group which meets regularly, and for all practical purposes serves as a house church for the
Mhm.
people, but they don't want to be called a church. So it's kind of, yeah, let's unchurch ourselves, but we
Mhm.
still affiliate. And then the fifth one is to actually choose to die with dignity. And I think we've seen a bit of that, particularly here in Hamilton.
Mm.
Our congregations have closed and have done it um, with integrity.
Yes.
But we've also seen some congregations that have just kind of shattered and disintegrated,
Mm.
and there's no dignity there.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Alistair.
Yeah.
Any final comment?
Yes. Uh, Shortly after I talked about this, the Otago Daily Times had an article by Graham Reading
Right.
on and Graham talked about or wrote about where are we? I've got it. I've got it up here.
Mm.
Um, how the faithful can't be silent in the face of distortion, and he sort of focuses on what's going over in the States, but relating it to New Zealand. And I think, where Christian vocabulary is used to justify everything from white nationalism to the erosion of human rights, and it addresses that shift right that is in Martin Thielen's thing. And so what I'll do is I'll send you that link to the
Sure.
ODT paper, and people can, if they want, pick that up.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So,
much, Alistair. Oh, well, we'll let our viewers, listeners, and readers, I hope people want to read the article in full
mm,
that you've outlined, and people can make up their own minds to what extent it's applicable to
mm,
Aotearoa New Zealand and how to
yes.
take it up.
Yeah.
Much appreciated, Alistair.
Okay, Richard.
Thank you.
Ciao.